as we talk about God's presence with his people, our experience of God's presence, one thing we cannot afford to forget or neglect is the fact that God often mediates his presence through his people. That's just a fancy way of saying sometimes we are the way God shows his children that he is with them. The church is, as it acts in love toward one another, God's presence. In the same way that God has sent his Spirit to live in us, sometimes he acts through us by his Spirit. So when Paul says in Romans chapter 12 that we are to love one another genuinely, that our love is to be genuine, part of that picture is the fact that God is making himself known through what you say and what you do. Your voice, your hands, your acts of love, they are God's very words, actions, as he makes himself known to the people you are loving. Especially during this time, as we're in self-isolation, as we're keeping to ourselves for the safety of our brothers and sisters in Christ and our neighbors and communities, our love for one another needs to be stronger than ever before. We need to find helpful, constructive, creative ways of being the church so that God's presence is still felt through us. We are God's presence as we go out by his Spirit and love one another genuinely. Let's continue to do that and trust that God is making the most of our efforts for our good and his glory.